I don't think that creatives are lazy. I think that you're probably just exhausted. Not physically, but just mentally. You ever think to yourself, you could sleep 8 hours, and when you wake up, you're still tired. You didn't even do that much, and you really can't explain it. It's not like you did construction all day or you built something from IKEA, but you just feel worn out and tired. What if the reason that you're tired is because our brain is like you never clocked out? Like, ever. And I know what you're gonna say, it's not like being creative is work, but I'm gonna tell you, I really think it's work. And I just think it's burnout. And I don't think it's burnout from doing too much. I just think it's burnout from thinking too much, observing too much, being inspired too much. I was a little bit excited. I was gonna go out and get myself a salad for lunch from El Pollo Loco. That's what I wanted to do. I went to Jared's room right now. The dude's asleep. And earlier I didn't go out because it was raining. And now there's like amazing sunshine outside, but the guy's asleep. So I had this bread from making sandwiches for my kids this morning. It's the end pieces. And as you know, that's what the dads eat. I've said it before. We get the scraps. So I had a thought about being a creative, how you're always tired. And I'm not talking about being tired like you just did construction or you built a new house or something. I'm talking about like just being tired. And I was thinking about it, and I think what it has to do with is that the brain is a muscle. And creativity, or as far as like being a creative, I think you're using that muscle all the time. The muscle never rests. No matter what you're doing throughout the day, your brain is just constantly always going. I know for me, I have that problem. I mean, even when I'm trying to go to sleep, I'll close my eyes and I'm thinking about what the next project is, what the next thing I should be doing, or what I could be doing to make my videos better, or whatever art I'm doing. It's like my brain is just always thinking. I just think the creative mind is like a muscle. And even though we don't see it that way, it's like we're constantly working. And it's constantly on, constantly flexing, constantly being used without any time to rest. The only time that you probably actually rest is when you're asleep. And even then, your active mind is probably dreaming. So I'm thinking as a creative, I don't think you need to take a break. I don't think you need to stop what you're doing. I just think sometimes you have to like turn off the mind. And whether that be reading a book or making a sandwich, going for a walk, you know, I just think those things are important. And even then, I have a hard time. I haven't found my outlet to have something to turn off my brain. Because whether I go grocery shopping or I'm driving in my car, somehow I'm just constantly looking around and observing and being inspired by everything I see. So my goal is to find something that I can do to take my mind off things. You know, I think that's why a lot of people play video games, or they find some kind of distraction. And I hope that you find a healthy distraction, but I think it's important to find something to just turn the mind off. This is a sad story, but I had a friend who had brain cancer. And he said that constantly he just felt like his life, he just knew that it was limited, and he knew that his time was passing. And he didn't have anything to take that away from him in his day. The only thing that would help is when he went to the local casino and would just play video poker, because he's constantly just thinking about what's taking place in front of him rather than thinking of his actual life, what's going to happen. So he went there as much as he could go, and that's what he felt helped him get through the tough time. You know, and I'm not telling you to go do that, but what I'm telling you is that I just know as a creative, you're constantly just thinking, whether you're working or whatever you're doing, your mind is just thinking, like, especially with YouTube, right? Man, what can I do to make my videos better? What could I do to tell a better story? I wonder if it's my camera. I wonder if it's this. I wonder if it's that. And you start looking at other people's content. You start looking at cameras. You start looking at all these distractions and things just consuming your mind, where in your downtime, you never really had downtime. People say, like, oh, I like to play video games, or I'm able to shut that off and I'm not worried about this and that. And from a lot of the videos that I see, especially with YouTube creators, I don't know if they're being genuine, that they're able to shut it off, or if they're not always thinking about the same things. I don't know if you've noticed, but the way YouTube works, a lot of the people that are very popular, they're often giving other YouTubers advice on what they can do to make their videos more beneficial or produce better results. And when you think about it, the only reason they're getting those results is because of people like me and people like probably you searching out videos to make their time easier. So then you learn some stuff and you go tell someone below you, and it just becomes this giant pyramid of nonsense. But I think when it comes down to it, I think you just need to have like a happy medium. And if that means taking some time off from creating in order to give your muscle, your brain muscle, the strength it needs to produce better work in the future, I think that's okay. Even if it's like your goal is to show up every single day or multiple times per day or once a week, once a month, and you just find that you're burnt out or something, I think you gotta find something to distract your mind away from creativity. So if you're feeling that way, maybe today is the day you don't create anything. Maybe you just exist. Let your brain be quiet for once. Go watch TV, go for a walk. Just stare at the ocean. Probably don't doom scroll, but try to find something. I haven't found my thing yet, so I don't have any advice for you. I'm still searching, but I definitely know my mind is active as many hours of the day that I can comprehend, even being alert. Somehow my brain is thinking about something, and I know it needs a rest. That was pretty good. I don't think I've ever had anything like that.